Hi, everybody. It's Jeffrey. It's Ripe Color. How are you? I'm very matchy-matchy today. Aren't I matchy-matchy? Even my pants match. Look. See? I'm doing a whole earthy... I don't know. Now I need the right jacket. I have jackets that go with this, but it's not like exactly what I want. Okay. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripe Color. This is your reading. I forget what I'm here for the 12th Wednesday. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. I'm offering 30-minute readings for $30 till the end of the month, and I'm have a beautiful line of astrology t-shirts and stickers that I can ship internationally. Very exciting. That was part of the reason I did it. It's because, I know I have people who watch me in Canada and Australia and Europe and etc. And the scarves, like I've had bad experience sending stuff overseas. And if it's lost, it's one of a kind. It's like, what am I going to do? Anyway, these places that I'm affiliated with, they can, if someone orders it in Australia, they print it in Australia and they send it. Done. Same thing, Europe, blah, blah, blah. Worldwide. No Antarctica. I don't want to take advantage of the penguins. They've got enough on their plate. Okay. Let's see what the energy is for Wednesday. Okay. Whoop. Okay. Choices, like the lovely, 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 lovely Ace of Cups, and then the 5. So I think the choice is to change your mind. It's about change, choice, difficult. So sometimes it's hard to change your mind. I mean, isn't it? I'll tell you, this is really interesting. So this is what's sort of coming. Oh, I've been painting. I've been painting. Okay, so you're caught between, it's a crossroads, and it's very emotional, right? And there's a blindness too, as well. And you're kind of undecided, and then I always feel like this is a gift from above. I always feel like this is spiritual knowledge, all the aces, because it's this weird hand that floats around. I don't know, and it's the beginning. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like you're making dinner, and I get very practical. So you're making dinner, and you had planned on this and that, and you open up the refrigerator, and it's like, I have cheese. Oh, well, this changes the whole thing. I'm going to do this. Or I have garlic. Oh, I do have garlic. Or, oh, I do have red sauce, or whatever it is. And it's like, oh, okay, so I'm going to go in a whole different direction. It's almost like that. Like, oh, this offer of something that was there, but you weren't maybe able to access, or you weren't ready to access, or maybe it just comes through as like really a gift from above. And this is about healing, nurturing, love. Okay. And then this card is very, very, we get a lot of 5s, don't we? 5's about change. All 5s are about change. So this one, traditionally, these guys helped him win the war, or, keep the enemies at bay. But he was such a, I don't know, tyrant, I think, that they're like, okay, we did our job and we're done. It's kind of like the enemy of my enemy is my friend sort of thing. And also, this could be harsh words. because, you know, that sword can sometimes really cut. So sometimes it, you know, like, okay, I've worked with you and we were together, but, you know, you were abusive, or you were mean, or you were whatever. So I'm kind of done with you. Like, I did my thing with you, but I'm done. But it's really about change. So maybe what I'm really getting, what I was getting before is, you know, I do this energy work stuff. So I'm such a great, I should be a poet. So I do this thing in my body where I let go of negative energy and I pull in positive energy. And then there's one over here and one over here. It's a physical thing where you let go of resentment and you put in forgiveness on the left side. And on the right side, you let go of anger and you put in forgiveness. And, you know, it's very easy to hang on to, well, I was right and they were wrong and they did me wrong and blah, 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 blah. Okay. That might be true. And, you know, we've all been on both ends of that, right? And whether being the victim of it or the perpetrator of it. And the anger, it's just too heavy. It's kind of like you know, I have this tendency of going up and down with my weight. I really do. I always have. And then all of a sudden, my body cooperates and I start moving around more and I start eating better. And then the extra 10 or 20 pounds is gone. And then I'm walking around the street and I feel so good. I feel so light. That's what it's like. That's what it's like. You know, for me, my experience in holding on to anger and resentment is, it's just blocking me. You know, it's kind of like, you know, I'm going to go skiing, but I'm going to have somebody on my shoulders skiing with me. It's like, you're going to throw off my balance. I need to like do that. You know, it's all this extra baggage carried around, and it doesn't really, it doesn't really serve. It doesn't really serve to like hang on to anger and resentment, not because of them, but because of me. Because, you know, I want to be able to fly wherever I want to fly, whenever I want to fly. Not, well, you know, I've got this, I've got that, you know, like there's all this stuff on my wings, you know, like I can't fly now. And, you know, the benefit of hanging on to like anger and resentment is like, I get to be right and I get to be bitter and I get to be self-righteous and I get to not look at my part and I get to, you know, be the victim. I get to point the finger. I get to call everyone and get them to say, oh, you poor thing. Oh, you're so right. And they're so wrong. And I'd rather be free. I would rather be free. I would rather be free. And, you know, it's not, sometimes it's really not so easy. So I ask for, you know, because some of them are really old and some of them are really ingrained, right? Like, especially if it's family, la, la, la. And so I ask for help from, you know, the angels. That's what I do. I'm like, because the energy doesn't just, you know, you have to take the energy and direct it somewhere else or allow it to transform into something else. I'm not saying don't feel the feelings. You can feel the feelings. And I think it's really important to feel the feelings. And then and let it move through you. It's kind of like, when you eat this really enormous meal, and, as you're eating it, it's delicious. And then at the end of the meal, you're like, oh my God, I can't even move. And then like a few hours later, it sort of like settles. And then finally it leaves. It's like, oh boy, a little bit like that. So I think if you're here and you introduce or allow like a love energy, a nurturing energy, also it's water. So, water is like super strong, and water, forms waterfalls and rivers and la 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 la. It does what it needs to do. It does what it needs to do. And it'll find its way to the sea, and let it find its way to the sea, so it can just dissipate and, move on into something productive, useful, helpful, joyful, etc. Change. I also feel like with this one, and I've said this before, our tongues can be very lethal. Your tongue can be very lethal. I always feel that with this card. So it's like, you think it, but don't say it, because you can't undo. You can't undo what you said. Yeah, take the responsibility, be the leader. And, I don't really know how to do that work. Intend it. It's as simple as that. Intend it. Go into your heart, ask the angels to come in, and it's like, release this anger from me, release this resentment from me, and fill it with flowers, with love. The other, and then I'll keep quiet. The other the other practical, let's say, thing you can do is you could see that person. You go into a meditation, you go into a place of calm, and you see that person or persons, because sometimes it's a institution, right? And who doesn't resent an institute? I resent all institutions. And you see it as happy and fruitful and loving and kind and full. You bring that in, and you see that person, let's say, happy. And then you release it. That's it. It doesn't have to be this whole thing. You could do it on a spiritual level, because sometimes to get in touch with these people, the conversation that's going to go down is not so cute, and does it serve you? Does it serve them? Does it serve the whole situation? Sometimes no. Look, if you have a standing relationship with somebody and you're angry and you want to get it off your chest and tell them how you feel, that's one thing. But sometimes this stuff is so deep and so old, and sometimes they've passed on, or sometimes they've moved away, or whatever it is. And in order to be free, I need to release them. I need to release them. So, wow, it was quite the reading. Meanwhile now, it's like I talk this talk, and then I'll be on the street, I'll kick somebody. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. It's probably not a good idea. People do things that make us angry, or a lot of times they're not really even doing it purposely. Sometimes they are, but sometimes they're not. And it's not so much like, oh, I'm so spiritual, I forgive everyone. It's really about, do I want to be free? Do I want to carry around this other person's baggage that's not even mine? Or do I really want to get on with my life? Do I really want it? Because the anger is going to affect everything I do. And like when I paint, I have to be in the right frame of mind. If I'm not in the right frame of mind, it doesn't come out right. You know, yesterday I wanted to paint all day and I didn't get to it until like 7 or 8 o'clock at night because I don't know, I was in some sort of funk for a while. Took a little nap and I took a long walk as well. And then I felt like balanced. So then I was able to like get back into it. And I think I'm going back in today, you know, but I have to check how I feel. If I don't feel the right way, then I don't participate. And sometimes it's about really inviting spirit in. This is my experience about inviting spirit in, you know, to heal me, right? Healing is about like a journey to wholeness. A journey to wholeness. That's all it is, right? That's all it is. It's kind of like you have a piece of furniture and one of the drawers is all messed up. So you go and you get some wood glue and you get some nails or whatever. And you get your hammer or your mallet and you put it back together. It's like that's what wholeness is. Sometimes, you know, your drawer is a little bit like, right? All right. So I hope you got my metaphors and blessings to you. And, you know, have a lovely day. I think I'm going to paint. I might go out. I walked aimlessly yesterday, and I think I sort of have a little bit of an aim today. But, you know, I'm going to go to places I haven't gone in a long time, which is good. Instead of, you know, going to the same place all the time. Sometimes it's good to like shake it up, see different things, hear different things. And blessings. Thanks for tuning in.